Now let me read out in Garo, so that those who cannot speak Garo may understand the life sketch of Sonaram R. Sangma. Sonaram R. Sangma was born in hamlet called Nachirongdek, situated in the northeastern region of the Garo Hills in about 1867. His parents were Klang Gabal Moman and Chamre Rongrokre Sangma. Sonaram had his early education at the Sangram Primary School and then at the Tura Mission School. He served the British India government both as a road loader and as a vaccinator. These works took him to remotest corner of the Garo Hills, and this helped him to understand the grievances of his own people. On further and closer study of those grievances, Sonaram could understand that 1. The Habragat Pargana, situated in the southern side of the Gwalpara district, was once under the position of the Garos, and that there was Garo kingdom flourished there with Habrasen or Abrasen as his reigning king, and that his Pargana had been made as a part of his Jaminari. 2. That the Garo people living under the so-called Narjana Mahals are being subjected to the payment of Nazir, or a kind of tax which have to pay to the British government as a sign of suzerainty. That the vast stretches of virgin forest lands under the Garo Hills were being converted into government forest lands, thereby depriving the indigenous Ajuks of their customary and traditional practices of Jum cultivation. That it was found that the simple Garo people were being forced as laborers without any payment or remuneration for their services. Hence, Sonaram bundled up these 4 issues together and started his non-violent movement against the British government in 1899. To do it, Sonaram went to Calcutta and consulted the learned councils at the Calcutta High Court. He submitted a series of memorandums to the various high officials and authorities to the government for addressing and redressing the aforementioned grievances. In 1992, in the month of December, Sonaram collected in about 400 Garo volunteers and organized a procession from Tamra to Dolguma. It was a mass campaign for non-payment of land revenue to the Bijini Raj. He was arrested along with several other Garo Nogmas and Pandits. They were confined in Dubri jail for months. This was followed by another jail term for Sonaram. Yet his indomitable spirit could not be dampened. On his release from the jail, he continued his activities in spite of harsh restrictions given to him. In 1995, an inquiry commissioner was sent to the Garo areas to find out the causes of the recurring troubles. J.C. Arbithnot, the inquiry commissioner, submitted his report to the government of India in 1908. According to the verdict of the government of India, it was admitted that the Garos had suffered loss of certain territory, yet expressed its inability to rectify it. Thus, the first and the foremost demand of Sonaram for Habragat and Pargana could not be fulfilled due to obvious reasons. However, Sonaram came out successful in 3 other demands. He succeeded in the demand for Narjana Mahals, the de-reservation of forests, and the demand for fat labor. The British India government stopped further conversion of forest areas into government reserve forests, and the laborers engaged for work and to carry back and baggages of the government officers on tour were henceforth fed. Even after the final verdict was pronounced, Sonaram did not lose courage and his mind was still positive. He continued his legal fight in Calcutta High Court and continued submitting prayers and petitions to the various government authorities. While continuing his fight for the cause of the Garo nation, he fell ill one day at Gwalpara and was brought to the house of his niece at Bakrapur. He breathed his last on 27 August 1916 and was consigned to a grave at the Bakrapur cemetery. Thus, the brave Garo leader and non-violent Achuk revolutionary passed away from this world with many uncountable good memories left before us to remember in the years to come. Sonaram was true Achuk nationalist and patriot. He was the first Garo who conceived and spread the idea of Fan Garoism. He organized the Garos living in different corners of the Garo areas, united them as one, and led them to fight for the justice. While doing all this, he used non-violence. The greatest contribution of the Sonaram R. Sangma is in the field of social political thoughts and ideas. His adoption of method of non-violent techniques for furthering, promoting his noble causes for dispensation of justice deserves special mention, which the people and the nation states all over the world greatly appreciate and follow. Today, on this 108th anniversary, we greatly mourn his death, richly pay our tributes and steadfastly bow our heads in honor of his great Achuk leader and the son of the soil, Lapan Vatila.